It took some time of muzzling and concealment before the horror, but various Democrats have finally come clean about the Hillary Clinton machine. Things were, it seems, rigged, stacked, and doctored. This was the language of Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump from opposite sides of the political spectrum, the code of anti-establishment anger, the message for disruptive change. Such anti-establishment creatures were ultimately reviled by Orthodox Party priests as futile hopes, misguided and bound to lose. In the great tradition of U.S. presidential politics, they had to be neutralized. As each less credible than the last figure fell before the Trump juggernaut, Clinton felt she could hold her own on the Democratic wing, keeping Sanders at bay and ultimately convincing a broken Democratic Party machine that her famed outfit would steady the ship for an effortless docking in the White House. Donna Brazil's revelations, to that end, can hardly be deemed explosive. As Politico puts it, damp squib, more like the Podesta emails available on the WikiLeaks site already showed a picture of concern and application against the Sanders threat, a nursed fear that his message was biting. Tactics are discussed, dirt suggested as to how best to stall and eliminate the Bernie momentum. In her book Hacks, the inside story of the break-ins and breakdowns that put Donald Trump in the White House, the former Democratic National Committee chairwoman reveals collusion and bed smell complicity. She insists, however, that there was nothing criminal in it, though it compromised the party's integrity. If the fight had been fair, one campaign would not have control of the party before the voters had decided which one they wanted to lead. Brazil is, as ever, careful with the water. She is always ready to wash her hands vigorously in the anticipation that she might be accused of bad faith and shape-changing. She claims to have promised Bernie when I took the helm of the Democratic National Committee after the convention that I would get to the bottom of whether Hillary Clinton's team had rigged the nomination process, as a cache of emails stolen by Russian hackers and posted online had suggested. Point 1. The more Brazil goes into the story, the more the story seems old and known. What matters is that she has woken up to it, to Clinton as ruthless and omnivorous. Right around the time of the convention, the leaked emails revealed Hillary's campaign was grabbing money from the state parties for its own purposes, leaving the states with very little to support down-ballot races. Brazil's revelations stimulated interest among certain Democratic politicians, notably Elizabeth Warren, who decided to recapitulate the rigging theme in 3 of 5 national television interviews. We recognized the process was rigged, explained Warren to Judy Woodruff of PBS, and now it is up to Democrats to build a new process, a process that really works, and works for everyone. Point 2. Unfortunately for Warren, much of this is fuming after the horse has bolted, the wringing of hands and milk long spilt. She might well have picked another option, glaringly obvious and daring, but decided to fall into line with the DNC machinery when her protest would have counted most. Warren ultimately joined forces to give Clinton ballast on the campaign trail. The ignorance card is only bound to take you so far. A former Sanders campaign strategist sees the play by Warren for what it is. There is a Bernie donor base that's very important if you want to be in national political office. This is a play for that. To that end, repairing that relationship is more important than poisoning the well with the Clintonites. Point 3. That may well do much to continue undermining the reform agenda, which the Democrats have yet to embrace, while Clinton attempts to monetize her abysmal failure to defeat Trump through speeches, publications and interviews. Brazil is now reconsidering her slant. Did she ever actually say, let alone suggest, that the process had been tampered with, sewn up and manipulated in favor of Clinton? No. On Twitter, she fretted today's lesson being quoted by Donald Trump means being misquoted by Donald Trump. Stop trolling me. Point 4. In another statement, Brazil seemed to have undergone a remarkable transformation, suggesting that the author of Hacks had been abducted and substituted. The problem, as ever, was who was capitalizing on her sudden insight. Trump looks for a daily excuse to distract from his job. No, the primary system WASNT rigged states control primary ballots. Point 5. Perhaps this is hardly surprising, when one considers the Russian mania that suffuses her Twitter postings, the usual bellyaching blame game that keeps company with Clinton. Russia, she writes in a retweet of a link from The Guardian, funded Facebook and Twitter investments through Kushner Associate. Point 6. On November 4th, she chirps in smug satisfaction how report shows the complex way Russian hackers went after Hillary Clinton and the Democrats. Point 7. Another retweet features a piece by Joyanne Reid in the Daily Beast as another attempt to throw critics off the scent, hoping that attention will not be paid to the atrocious conduct of the Clinton machine. Donna Brazil's bombshell ISNT that Hillary Clinton rigged the race but that the Democratic Party blew it. Point 8. All that is true, but the ugly, grizzled picture of Democratic decline and fabled suicide was epitomized by its poor choice of candidate, the party establishment's inadvertent admission that ossification had set in. The Warrens fell silent, and Sanders retreated, leaving his supporters to grieve and observe the unfolding calamity. Trump duly scooped up the remains. WikiLeaks was, after the dust had settled, discomfortingly right. Notes: 1 https www.politico.com Magazine Story 20171102 Clinton Brazil hacks 2016211577 42 https www.bostonglobe.com News Politics 20171103 Elizabeth Warren charged the Democratic primary was Reged Saismer about than 2L5 Lokes 55 Tulki 9v6 story.html 3 https www.bostonglobe.com News Politics 20171103 Elizabeth Warren charged the Democratic primary was Reged Saismer about than 2L5 Lokes 55 Tulki 9v6 story.html 4 https twitter.com Dana Brazila status 9264773104585154457 5 https twitter.com Dana Brazila status 92646531536459777 https twitter.com Dana Brazila status 9272739366766878727 https twitter.com Dana Brazila status 9268156559612231688 https www.thedailybeast.com Dana Brazil's bombshell is that Hillary Clinton rigged their Chibot at the Democratic Party blew its source via